Hey, this is Erica with America Solar Realtor, your Tampa guide. Put your faith in me as we walk through Wesley Chapel together, where your future home will be your sanctuary.
This is the First Baptist Church, a historical landmark. This area originally settled in the 1800s and had a few different names like Gatorville and Double Branch, but now we know it as Wesley Chapel, after John Wesley, a leader of the Methodist movement.
Wesley Chapel is northeast of downtown Tampa. This is one of the most premier developmental suburbs of Tampa. More single-family new home construction than any other area. To name a few builders, there is D.R. Horton, Lennar, M.I., Stanley Martin, Taylor Morrison, ICI, Centex, and I probably missed a few, but the majority of all of these new builds are starting in the low 300s up to the 500,000 price range. These are all mostly HOA communities. The housing market currently here is extremely competitive and housing costs here are higher than the norm, but there are a lot of townhome options for more affordable living. One thing I love about Wesley Chapel, it is a very family-friendly community. Anywhere you go, whether it be restaurants or shopping, you are going to see lots of families, lots of kids, lots of sport options and activities for kids as well. My son just finished up a season of flag football and loved it.
Wesley Chapel was known for its hog farming and cattle ranching. Now one of the fastest growing areas in the United States with lots of development happening. Large shopping centers like the Grove or Wiregrass provide plenty of shopping and entertainment needs.
It is more of a big city feel here with a lot happening. The downside to that is you're going to sit in a lot of traffic almost every day while the infrastructure is catching up. So if you're looking for something more small town feel, this is definitely not the place for you. People moving to Wesley Chapel are feeling the growing pains a little bit, but love that it is a overall safe family community with lots to do. You can expect a 30 to 40 minute drive to downtown Tampa. So if you want to go to anything downtown, it's going to take you about 30 to 40 minutes depending on traffic, and a little over an hour to the beaches. One thing to point out as well is that the scenery here is not as a quote-unquote beachy feel as you would see in Clearwater or St. Petersburg. It is more of an inland Florida feel, so keep in mind, this land was originally used for farming, so you're gonna see more viewing ponds and mature trees and things like that. So as far as food and dining options, you're gonna see a lot more food chains around this area than your mom and pop shops. I always point out two of my favorite locations in my videos, number one being Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A in Wesley Chapel is gonna be on the northern side of Wesley Chapel, kind of near the Grove area. It takes me about 12 minutes to get there. And number two top location is Costco. I'm always at Costco. It takes me, right now the traffic is really bad, so it takes me about 15 to 20 minutes. It's right next door to the Tampa Premium Outlets, but bonus about this Costco is that the gas line, you're in and out. They have a lot of stalls. So by the time I get to Costco, I'm usually in and out, but getting there takes me a little bit of time right now just because the traffic on the freeway is a little backed up usually. In terms of shopping, you have access to several major malls, including the Wiregrass Mall in the center of Wesley Chapel, and also the Tampa Premium Outlets, which I just talked about, which are located approximately 15 to 20 minutes away depending on traffic. In terms of schools, there are 23 schools total in Wesley Chapel, including public, charter, and private schools. This area does have an overall higher rating on schools, and as more families move into the area with more developments, more schools may be built as well. You're gonna see a lot of schools inside communities, which is really nice. It kind of gives it that in-home feel. And according to greatschools.com, public elementary schools and middle schools were graded on an average 7 out of 10, and two public high schools were on average 6 out of 10. There are also options for private schools that are not yet rated, as well as charter schools. I personally send my kids to a charter school in this area, and I love the community here.
I'm Jackson from Union Park Charter Academy. One thing I love about this school is the teachers are helpful and dependable.
As far as recreation, about 10 to 15 minutes away is a plethora of outdoor recreational activities in New Tampa, where there are state preserves, biking and hiking trails. The communities here, though, in Wesley Chapel, they mostly all have really nice amenities for outdoor walks and paved bike trails and things like that.
Despite the rapid development, Wesley Chapel still has its nature trails. Here at Seven Oaks, you can enjoy a nice sunset walk.
Overall, it is one of the best, if not the best, suburban communities right now if you're looking for a family-friendly feel with brand new shops and new developments and new stores. Wesley Chapel also has a really nice hospital here. It's called the Advent Hospital of Wesley Chapel. It's right off of Bruce B. Downs. It's very nice. And there's also medical plazas surrounding the hospital as well where you can get your medical needs. Feel free to comment below on what you love about Wesley Chapel, if you need a real estate agent, or if you have any questions for me. Subscribe below for more videos on Wesley Chapel and its surrounding areas.